I have found over time that there were many principles of the Ayurvedic herbal approaches, as well as I've often turned to their diets to help keep a balance. Meaning, I'm basically aware and try to always be inclusive of their beliefs in the tridosha, the vata, the pitta, the kapha. I often turn to evaluating a person, particularly if they seem to have additional vata characteristics, because vata does not come out in so specific a way in Chinese herbalism. It's there, it appears within a yin and yang context, but not as clearly as Ayurvedic has spelled it out, and I find it very valuable. So, Ayurvedic diets. Basically, and this is going to be just a touch on them, it's fascinating from the standpoint of not only do they, in Ayurvedic theory and practice, there are guidelines for eating, positions for sitting, never face south, never eat unpalatable foods. A lot of things that we tend to do in our daily lives. Eat in a pleasant setting with clean utensils. One would say, well, of course, but truly this can be a contribution to the digestion of your food, which is a very strong emphasis. In Chinese herbalism, in Chinese lifestyle, this emphasis also exists, but Ayurvedic has moved it into their entire approach to using herbs and to overall health care. In terms of the tridosha and the diet, and what I wanted to focus on today was that Vata, Kapha, and Pitta. I've talked about Vata, Kapha, and Pitta in the overview. And Vata are predominantly nerve-natured people. They're very ether-like. They're very airy, very ungrounded often, very light. They, on the whole, in Ayurvedic herbalism, an emphasis in order to help them basically not... The issue is, don't let your particular tridosha, if you're not a balance of the three or a balance of the two, if you're predominantly one, then it can, in essence, sort of take over and consume your body. You can be too vata or too kapha or too pitta. And so diet emphasis is to controlling, to, in essence, sort of putting a cap on that, to holding down that dominant characteristic, and to encourage the other two to exist within your system so that your organs will be able to flourish and your mental state will be able to flourish. So for Vata predominant people who are very nerve natured, what is recommended is a heavy building diet. The grains are wheat, brown rice, and basmati. A lot of beans are encouraged, black beans, lentils, split peas, kidney, tofu's encouraged. The milk products are always one of the things I turn to and look at. With Vata people, regular milk, cream even, yogurt, butter, ghee, all can help calm what I like to characterize as almost an escape, because they're ether-like people, because they're so light and so ungrounded. It's how do you pull them back to earth, at least so that they hold in a fair amount. And milk, dairy products, cow milk can really help achieve this with Vata people. So that's encouraged. The vegetables should be all cooked. That helps the overall system stay warmed and the nutrients are better assimilated. Fruits are very widely varied: banana, lemon, orange, coconut. Spices tend to be on the spicy side, with black pepper, ginger, cinnamon, cumin, all which are spices, horseradish, that encourage more pitta and more heat, because Vata people can be on the cool side. They need more of the pitta part. And then the dairy helps with kapha. With drinks, it should be warm water or tea, and a wide variety of meats. All oils taken in moderation. Now, that's a Vata. That's how to help keep it controlled, keep it toned down. With a Kapha person, Kapha tend to be mucus-natured people. They're nurturing, they're the yin side, and they need a diet which is dry, which is called a dry diet. Heavy on certain types of grains: barley, millet, buckwheat, basmati rice, beans. The milk should not be cow's milk. In Ayurvedic herbalism, a Kapha person should eat goat's cheese, goat milk. Ghee is allowed with so some touch of butter there, but basically to stay away from the regular cow's milk dairy products. Vegetables, leafy vegetables, beets and cabbage and spinach, radishes, potatoes are encouraged, asparagus. So vegetables are very important. Fruits, apple, orange, spices. Here again, include a number of the spicy because kapha needs pitta. So ginger, black pepper, cumin, turmeric. These all help, but don't go on too hot a side. With meats, lamb and eggs, and chicken and turkey. Not all of them, but meat is encouraged. Oils are encouraged, and seeds. Predominantly poppy seeds or sunflower seeds, but not nuts. That can encourage the kapha side again. With pitta, basically, with a pitta diet, with a pitta person, they are blood circulatory natured people. And their whole emphasis is a mixed diet. So with milk, everything on both, but except sour cream and yogurt are not encouraged with pitta people, and only small amounts of cheese. But otherwise, milk is encouraged, and then with the grains, basmati rice, wheat, barley, and oats. Oats are included here as a strong encouragement. The spices are more narrow. You don't want to stimulate pitta more than it's already existent. So it's more on the side of fennel or cumin or coriander. Turmeric is also included. It helps the circulation. Meat, a very heavy emphasis on goat or lamb, rabbit, venison, but not so much on beef. That is not encouraged. So those are sort of the overall approaches to diet with the tridoshas. Oils are often used for helping to treat tridosha imbalances. There is an approach called panchkarma, which is where someone goes to a panchkarma center and can get, first they also heavily emphasize sweating as an initial with oil rubs to release toxins, and then depending upon the dosha imbalance, they are very consistent in their use of certain approaches like enemas for Vata people because of its colon seat. Because liver and small intestine is the seat of pitta, they would use purgatives. And the stomach and lungs are the seat of kapha, so they would use emetics. Basically, And Chinese also do this. It's the emphasis on elimination, either through emetics or purgatives or sweating. This is also included in Chinese herbalism, but not to the extent that it is used in Ayurvedic herbalism. And it's used somewhat differently. Like in a Chinese herbal approach, you would include a diaphoretic to help rid the body of excesses as part of the herbal regimen, whereas at a Panchakarma center, you will go in and they will feed you emetics. They will help you vomit to get rid of a lot of the kapha over predominant results. But it can be very effective. This approach in many people, Panchakarma centers are starting to exist all over the world. They are a very useful way to approach imbalances when you're way too pitta or way too kapha or way too vata. And then finally, they also, and not necessarily last, rejuvenating tonics. After you've either been at a Panchakarma center and helped to eliminate the toxins and get rid of the imbalance excesses in your system, then rejuvenating tonics, or in general in your life, these are encouraged. And they're also encouraged in Chinese herbalism. With a vata, what some of the tonics, the types of herbs encouraged for a vata person are calamus, garlic, and ginseng. With a pitta person, they would be more on the cooling, saffron, aloe, comfrey. With a kapha person, there you're trying to stimulate the lungs and stomach and have also a heating, encourage pitta. So they would have elecampane or long pepper as part of your actual rejuvenating tonic. So this is a touch of some of the approaches. Oils are used a great deal. They're used, there's approaches, and you can research them, approaches to Parkinson's, where oil rubs have helped to release and soften and eliminate tremors. So oils are often turned to, sesame being one of the strong ones. Sesame is an amazing oil with a very strong predominant B complex, and I have often felt that the imbalances of B vitamins, etc., so the result of imbalance in your diet can cause a lot of these symptoms. That's about all I can say for today. A shout out to MCAT for letting me do this and continue on, and I hope you have a great week. I hope this contributed a little bit to your understanding. You take care. Bye.